What if drinking water first thing in the morning could actually hurt your health? Water on its own isn't the problem, but mix it with certain habits, and it can cause everything from feeling sick to long-term organ stress. While most people praise the good points of morning water drinking, hardly anyone talks about the possible dangers when it's done without care. That's especially true for older adults whose bodies tend to be more touchy and more responsive. Your kidneys, your digestion, your heart, all of them depend on timing, balance, and setting. When you wake up, your body's in a very fragile state. Hormones are changing, blood pressure is fixing itself, salt levels are low. If you flood your system the wrong way or with the wrong tools, you may not feel the effects right away, but that doesn't mean they're not there. Some people feel weak. Others notice heart flutters or cold sweats. Some just feel odd and don't know why. It's easy to miss the link, but once you learn how it works, it starts to make sense. In this video, we're going to break down 5 common mistakes that can make drinking water first thing in the morning harmful rather than helpful. Each one shows a quiet danger that many people miss, and the last one, it might change the way you think about your entire morning plan. If you care about keeping your digestion calm, your heart steady, and your mind clear, then stay with us. This might be one of the most surprising and important things you learn all week. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Ice cold water on an empty stomach. It might feel fresh, it might even wake you up a little, but pouring ice cold water into your body first thing in the morning is a shock your system doesn't need, especially when your stomach is completely empty. Overnight, your inside organs settle into a gentle rhythm. Your blood tubes are slightly narrowed. Your food path is sleeping. And suddenly sending freezing water down that quiet pipeline is like hitting the brakes when your car's engine is still warming up. It messes up digestion, tightens the stomach muscles, and narrows blood tubes just when they're trying to open up and help your body ease into the day. The problem isn't the water itself, it's the temperature. Cold water forces your body to use extra energy just to control your core temperature. Again, for younger people that might not seem like a big deal, but for older adults with slower body systems, it can mean needless stress on the heart system. You may feel a sudden headache, a flash of dizziness, a chill in your chest that seems to stay. These are not signs of feeling fresh. They're signs that your body is bracing itself against something it didn't expect. Let me tell you about 𝐎𝐤𝐬𝐻𝐸𝐬𝐻𝐸𝐸, a 76-year-old who began each morning by gulping down a tall glass of ice water straight from the fridge. She liked how it cleared her throat and made her feel alert, but she also started noticing something else. Her stomach would cramp, her fingers would feel cold, and her digestion throughout the morning felt slow. After mentioning it to her doctor, she was urged to switch to room temperature water for a few weeks. The change was quick. Her stomach stopped knotting, her hands stopped shaking, and mornings became calmer, more comfy, and less reactive. We often think pain is just part of getting old, but many of these small aches and jolts come from habits that don't match what our bodies need anymore. Cold water might have felt energizing at 25. At 75, it may be doing more harm than good. So if you've been starting your mornings with something that feels like a jolt to the system, take a step back. Let the body wake up gently. Choose water that's closer to your body heat. Give your organs the respect they deserve. After all, they've carried you through. They've earned it. Number 2. Drinking too fast or in large gulps. There's something pleasing about taking a big drink, especially when you're thirsty, but drinking water too fast, especially in the first few minutes after waking, can throw your whole system off balance. When your body is still changing from sleep to wakefulness, every system is a little more touchy. Your stomach lining is not ready, your heart rate is fixing itself, your blood pressure is resetting. Chugging down a full glass of water in one go, even if it's room temperature, can cause bloating, dizziness, and in some cases, even feeling sick or a lightheaded feeling that seems to come out of nowhere. You see, when you drink too quickly, your body doesn't have time to handle that sudden intake. The kidneys jump into high gear, your salt balance shifts, the stomach grows suddenly, and that can cause pain, gas, or even trigger acid backup in people who tend to get it. Seniors in particular need to be careful here because fluid control becomes more delicate with age. What might feel like getting things done, getting water drinking over with, can actually set off a chain of actions that leave you feeling worse instead of better. Let's talk about Walter, a a 72-year-old former coach who treated water drinking like a duty. He had a morning plan he never missed: wake up, stretch, and finish a full bottle of water before his feet hit the floor. But over time, he noticed he'd feel strangely dizzy some mornings. He couldn't understand it. He wasn't skipping meals. He wasn't dry, but when he explained his routine to his doctor, they found the problem. He was flooding his body before it had time to steady itself. With a small change, sipping his water slowly over 15 to 20 minutes, his signs went away. There's a rhythm to water drinking, and honoring that rhythm, especially first thing in the morning, can make all the difference. Sipping slowly helps your body take in water more well. It cuts down the strain on your kidneys. It stops the sudden drop in salt levels that can make you feel weak or jumpy. So instead of rushing through your morning glass, treat it like a ritual. Sit up, breathe, sip gently, let your body receive instead of react. A few extra minutes can save you a whole day of pain. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't signed up yet, I suggest you sign up and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your backing helps us keep making good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, drinking from plastic bottles left overnight. Sometimes the danger isn't in the water, it's in the holder. Many folks leave a plastic water bottle by their bedside at night, thinking it's just a handy way to stay wet in the morning. But if that bottle sits out too long, especially in warm rooms or in direct sunlight, it can start to leak chemicals into the water you plan to drink. One of the main worries is a compound called BPA, often found in older or lower quality plastics. Even bottles labeled BPA-free aren't always safe because other stand-in chemicals can act in similar ways once heat and time get involved. Here's why that matters. These chemicals are called hormone disruptors. That means they can copy hormones in your body and mess with how your glands work. For seniors already dealing with blood sugar, blood pressure, or thyroid issues, this added meddling, even in small amounts, can throw things out of balance. The signs don't show up right away, but over weeks or months, you might notice more tiredness, mood swings, or changes in digestion without seeing that your innocent bedside habit might be part of the cause. Let me tell you about Stanley, a 78-year-old who prided himself on drinking plenty of water every morning. He always kept a store-bought plastic bottle by the bed, refilled it from the tap, and reused it for weeks without a second thought. It sat next to a warm lamp, sometimes in direct sun. Over time, he began having headaches and bloating that didn't match with his diet or pills. After doing some reading and speaking to his food expert, he made a switch to glass and steel holders and stopped leaving bottles out overnight. Within weeks, his signs eased, and for the first time in months, his energy steadied. It's tempting to ignore small touches like these, especially when they seem harmless, but for aging bodies, every added chemical load makes a difference. Your liver works harder, your hormones fight for balance, and your system becomes more open to outside forces. If you've been reusing plastic bottles or keeping water by your bed in soft holders, it might be time to think again. Go for glass, go for steel, or at the very least, fill a clean holder in the morning instead of relying on one that's been sitting out all night. It's a simple shift, but sometimes the simplest changes bring the biggest peace of mind. Number 4, drinking water on a very full or very empty stomach after certain pills. Mornings are delicate. That's when your body is trying to find its rhythm again, especially after a night of not eating. And for many older adults, mornings also mean pills, blood pressure tablets, thyroid pills, pain fixers. These tiny capsules carry huge jobs, but here's what most people don't see. The way you take those pills, especially in relation to water and food, can change everything. Drinking plain water on a very empty stomach right after taking certain pills can lead to feeling sick, stomach pain, and in some cases, less strength of the pill itself. Some pills are made to be taken with food, others need to be taken on an empty stomach but not followed by large amounts of water, and still others react poorly with acid levels that are raised or lowered by what and how you drink. Your digestion system isn't just a passive pipe. It's a touchy balance of enzymes, fluids, and timing. Flooding it with water, especially if your stomach is empty or if you're coming off a large meal, can mess with taking it in. That means you might not be getting the full good of the pill. Or worse, it might bother your stomach lining without you even knowing why. Let's look at Margaret, an an 80-year-old who began feeling morning sickness that didn't seem tied to anything she ate. Her blood work was fine, her meals were steady, but every morning, 30 minutes after taking her thyroid pill with a big glass of water, she felt queasy and upset. Her doctor found that not only was she drinking too much too fast on an empty stomach, but she was also failing to give her stomach time to fix itself before eating. That be why changing to a smaller sip of water with her pill. Then waiting 45 minutes before breakfast, the sick feeling went away completely. And better yet, her next blood test showed her pill was working more well. It's easy to miss how touchy the stomach is first thing in the morning, especially when you've taken the same pill for years. But our bodies change, our answers shift, and when we start our day by listening instead of guessing, we give ourselves the chance to fix things before problems take root. So, if you've been waking up queasy, or if your pills seem less strong than they used to be, take a closer look at what you're drinking, when you're drinking, and how much. It might be a simple fix with a big impact. That if you're still watching this video and finding these insights useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't signed up yet, I suggest you sign up and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your backing helps us keep making good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Skipping breakfast and replacing it with water alone. It sounds healthy and strict. Some folks wake up, drink a big glass of water, and decide to skip breakfast altogether, thinking they're doing their body a favor. But especially for seniors, this habit can quietly drain your energy, lower your blood sugar, and start the day on a lack that's hard to recover from. Water is needed, but water alone, without food to steady your system, can leave you weak, cranky, and mentally foggy, sometimes without you even seeing the link. When you wake up, your body is in a not eating state. Your sugar levels are low, your brain needs fuel, your muscles are waiting for food bits. Drinking water helps start moving blood and wet cells, yes, but it doesn't give the carbs or protein. Your brain and body need to work right. And if you follow that water with coffee, the effects can get stronger. Suddenly you've stirred your system without grounding it. You may feel jumpy, worried, or flat by mid-morning, and it becomes easy to mistake those signs for age, stress, or sleep problems when they're really just food signals that let's talk about. Alice, a 69-year-old who tried to make her mornings simpler. She read that water boosts body systems and that not eating until later was all the rage, so she stopped eating breakfast and just drank water until noon. At first, she lost a little weight, but then the tired feeling set in. Her mood dropped. She became more likely to forget. Her daughter noticed she was saying things twice in talks. That a visit to her doctor showed no major health issue, just a lack of steady sugar intake in the morning. Once she added a small protein-rich breakfast to her plan, like eggs and fruit or oats and nuts, her energy came back, her focus got sharper, and she started feeling like herself again. Skipping breakfast might sound fine, even praiseworthy, but for an aging body, especially one that's already handling pills or hormone changes, it's risky. Think of food in the morning like tiny sticks in a fire. Without it, the flame flickers. With it, you burn steady and strong. Water plays its part, but it can't do the job alone. So if you've been starting your day with only water, thinking less is more, this might be the change that shifts everything. Give your body both wetness and food. That's how you wake up fully, inside and out. Final thoughts. Morning plans can be strong. They set the tone for your day, your energy, your focus. And while drinking water first thing gets a lot of praise, and rightly so, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. The truth is, water is only helpful when it's handled with care. When we rush, overdo it, or ignore how our bodies answer, something meant to help can quietly hurt. Especially as we age, our systems become more touchy. What used to feel fresh might now feel jarring. What felt harmless might now need a second thought. But this isn't about fear, it's about knowing. About learning how to back up the body you have today, not the one you had 20 years ago. Maybe that means sipping instead of chugging. Maybe it means warming your water slightly or eating a little something before you drink. Maybe it means finally tossing that plastic bottle you've reused too many times. These aren't big changes, they're thoughtful ones. And often, it's the thoughtful changes that protect our comfort, our clarity, and our trust as we move through the years. You've taken the time to understand how small things can make a big difference. That says something about the kind of person you are. Someone who pays attention, someone who cares, someone who's still learning, still growing, still putting into their well-being. That mindset alone adds strength to your days. So don't stop here. Take one of these lessons and try it tomorrow morning and see how your body answers when it's treated not with routine, but with respect. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hold back sharing them. Reading your comments gives us great drive and boost. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please like, sign up, and share. Your backing helps us keep making good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.